All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to extended live coverage from Winter Storm Center this evening here at Pure Weather's headquarters. We're going to be here broadcasting and streaming as Winter Storm Uri continues to bear down on the southern plains. We're going to be focusing on Tulsa, Oklahoma, because right now they are getting the absolute worst of the storm, with about an inch per hour snowfall rates currently. We have team members spread out all over the area. We have Fawcett once again live out in South Tulsa, me in the studio, and eventually we will also have Angie Pasley here with me as well. All right, guys, you are on the air. Fawcett, what do you have to say?
It's looking cold out there, and hopefully we can get some good information.
Yeah, hopefully you can get some good information for us on what's going on. All right, so he is going to go now prepare and get set up for that live shot that we're going to throw to him in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to look at, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to radar for Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, all right? So this is what we're going to do. Here is the radar. Now you can see there's Tulsa. Oklahoma City is still in it a little bit, but we're right there in that heavy snow band right now. And as you know, this storm is moving northeast. So Tulsa, Oklahoma, crushing, and Oklahoma City, maybe Lawton and Ada, you all are going to be in the heaviest snow band for the next few hours, which is why we're here to cover the system for you. All right, we're going to be here for a few hours this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the radar down here for Houston. Houston, you are currently in a winter mix right now. If you are in Boerne and Medina, you are getting, Uvalde especially, you're getting some heavy snow right now from Uri. Mainly here in Dallas, Texas, you're going to get a lot of snow as well right now. But your snow is pretty much tapering off for the evening before you get this little big blob in there tomorrow. All right, up here in Tennessee, blobs of freezing rain mixed in with a wintry mix here is going to be affecting your area. As you can see, Winter Storm Uri is very spread out at the moment as we're getting ready here. Up here, a little bit of snow, isolated showers, and a few isolated tornadoes here and there. If there is a tornado warning anywhere, we will immediately shift gears from Winter Storm Uri to the emergency coverage that we will be providing for a tornado warning. All right, strong tornadoes are possible this evening as well, so we got to watch out for that. Oh, 33 subscribers now. That's amazing. Thank you so much for whoever did that. Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Andrew Austin Adler. All right, so what we're going to do right now, I hear Andrew Fawcett is currently out there, and is ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to throw it to him right now. All right, everyone. Fawcett, what are you seeing out there right now?
It is absolutely insane out here right now. We got snow, wind, it's all here right now, here in southern Tulsa, Oklahoma. As you can probably see, it is absolutely battering me. I can't even face that way because I go completely blind. It's my eyes, and it's just unbearable.
Yeah, it looks
right now,
pretty bad.
Temperature's around 4 degrees. That wind's bringing it down to about -10, even lower a bit.
Actually, it's currently 5 degrees right now, and the wind chill has it about -10. Visibility 0.10 miles.
That sounds about right. I'm having trouble seeing really much of anything right now.
All right, what are the snow accumulations out there? What do you see?
It's actually fairly noticeable at this point, up to about 2 or 3 inches from when we streamed last. Last time, pretty much all the footprints from when we were out here earlier today, a couple hours ago, are completely gone, and it's just all flush now.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, from what I can see on your stream, from where you are, all I can barely see that house behind you. It just looks like you're actually kind of in a swarm of bugs. a little bit.
Yeah.
Radar has it that we are currently inside one of the heaviest snow bands right now that we are going to be
I believe
experiencing
that.
all night. And this is going to last for a few hours, believe it or not. So if you live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you're getting completely slammed. You're getting completely slammed by that snow. All right.
God.
It's looking pretty bad. Is there anything that you want to show us right now?
Again, one thing I really wanted to point out is just how flat this is. Earlier today, this was all completely torn up, super bumpy. There's dirt under this, gravel even, and you cannot tell whatsoever.
Yeah, it looks like it.
In fact,
Wow. That was...
the snow is actually increasing a lot right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
And especially with that wind, it's blowing off the roof, and wow.
Yeah.
It's just non-stop right now.
Yeah, it looks like it. This is definitely when we were going to be in the absolute worst of the storm. All right, well, we're going to come back to you here in a moment. We're going to take a look at the arrival time of some of these snows and how long that the worst of it's going to last right now. Okay, so here with the minute cast right now, thank you to AccuWeather for this. If you believe it or not, we are not even in a heavy snow portion yet. This, according to the this area, we are going to be in this portion of light to heavy snow, and then around 11 p.m. it's going to increase drastically before it finally tapers off around 1 a.m. tomorrow. So we are in it. We are going to be in the storm for the rest of the night pretty much. All right, looking at the radar again about this time. What we actually really need to see is how much snow we are going to get. How much snow we are still forecasted to receive before the snow ends. So you can see over here. All right, so if we take this in about for Tulsa to Broken Arrow, we can expect an additional 4 inches for where Fawcett is right now, South Tulsa, around Bixby in that area. 4 inches of snow is what we can expect. Another 4 inches of snow from this. So that will bring up our total, because we have about, according to what we have, 5 plus another 4. That's going to be a total of 9 inches here from this system tonight. And that's not to mention another system that will be making its way through on Tuesday night, which we will be covering that as well. You should stay with us here. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look here at windy right now and take a look currently at the wind gusts. All right, because if you saw there where Fawcett was out there, you can tell that it was really windy, and he was experiencing almost blizzard-like conditions. 25 miles per hour. That is wind gusts right now, about 25 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at wind accumulation, about 30. All right. So over the next 10 days, about 33. But right now, it's about 30. All right. So Fawcett, you are experiencing 30-mile-per-hour winds. That is tropical depression storm force winds right there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take it to GFS, and we're going to actually take a look at the, because you saw how much snow that was. We need to take a look at the snow depth right now. According to that, that's 3.5-inch snow depth. So that snow density of 100 kilograms per meter squared that he is so bravely standing in out there for us. Right now, we are going to go back to you, Fawcett. So we are going to be heading back to see Fawcett outside right now, and he's going to be showing us a little bit more about what he sees and about what he's going to do as he is standing out there in those frigid temperatures, negative 10 degrees, along with those winds. All right. Fawcett, what are you experiencing right now?
So just as it was before, the winds are incredible, and really compared, or additionally, with that, with the snowfall.
All right.
As It's almost like a little itty bitty hail at this point. It's not a very pleasant place to be. Especially with those winds, I feel like I'm being blown around a bit, and it's just not good right now.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, so do you think, what is the rate of snow? Wow, I just saw that was a major gust behind you right there.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think the rate of accumulation is at this point?
I'm looking at this and I'm saying it's about a quarter of an inch every 15 minutes or so, give or take. If I had to guesstimate at this point.
Quarter of an inch every 15 minutes. Yeah, so that's going to be about an inch per hour. That's blizzard conditions almost, so we're about really close to that. Whiteout conditions. The snow has not stopped falling at this rate since we left the stream at about 5:30. At about 5:30 p.m. Okay, liquid water is one. Yeah, I agree. That is less dense than water, I think. Fawcett, that looks absolutely insane where you're at. Please be careful.
I am being as careful as these conditions allow me to be.
So how deep is the snow where you're standing, if you were to give a rough estimate?
I'd say where I'm standing right now, we got a good 2 or 3 inches, maybe even 4 or 5 in some spots. About this deep in some places, and again, type of snow, zero tendency to stay whatsoever. Super airy, super light. So it's really easy to fill these holes really easily and make it really hard to tell where holes are. So walking around, wouldn't really recommend it. Really easy to trip your ankle or something.
All right. So yes, yeah, it looks really ridiculous. Okay, well, you go warm up a little bit. We're going to be going over other things going on right now. Okay, we will come back to you in about 5 minutes or so when this storm kind of moves through a little bit to kind of see where we're at with the snowfall rates down here. All right, keep in mind, this is in South Tulsa, Oklahoma, and if you live in this area, you are getting slammed with the heaviest snowfall rates of the night. This is pretty ridiculous from what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so moving on to the rain and thunder. This is the European model right now, and it has us currently in that. Based on what we see from this, you can see from the European model, it has us leaving the snowstorm at about 7 a.m. tomorrow. GFS has us leaving the snowstorm early at about, 11 to midnight, or not midnight, noon tomorrow. So that is when all should be said and done, and we should have total accumulations of about 9 inches expected, because we currently have 5.7 inches to be exact for Tulsa. I guess around 7 inches for South Tulsa. So this is a pretty major snowstorm. Let's go ahead and take a look at throughout the next 10 days. So this is going to be including Winter Storm Viola, which is coming up next. You're going to be receiving an additional 8.7 inches of snow from the next storm that's coming our way. And then we're also going to be receiving, that's from the GFS model, by the way. From the European model, another 5.5 inches from Winter Storm Viola. So take that as you will. But most of the accumulation is going to go south along up here near Cleveland, Idaho, or Iowa. Wait, I don't even know what's, yeah, that's Ohio. Sorry. Cleveland, Ohio. You're going to get 20 inches of snow within the next 10 days. Or 17 to 20 inches of snow. Models have pretty good consensus about that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Dallas, Texas, where you all are right now. Currently, with the radar in Dallas. Okay, all right, hold on, we're getting there. Okay, so this is for Tulsa. You can see we just passed through 2 major snow bands. We have more on the way. So, Fossey, you're going to get blown around a lot. So, Dallas, you are kind of clean at the moment. You're not getting really much precipitation. You should start getting precip again. You should start to get precip again around 10:30, and it's going to be off and on for you until you start getting into that blob.
Hey, I'm finally back.
All right, hello, Pasley. What are your thoughts currently on the winter storm that is currently slamming Tulsa, Oklahoma at this point?
I didn't think of anything.
All right, that's totally fine. Because you just now joined us.
Yeah.
So, I am willing to say that Tulsa, Oklahoma, and some areas in Missouri and Illinois are getting the strongest impacts from the storm right now. This is the most snow I have seen in a long while, and I think that this should be appropriately dubbed the Valentine's Day Blizzard of 2021, in my opinion.
The Heartbreaker.
The Heartbreaker. All right. So let's go back out to Fawcett now to see if any conditions have lightened or worsened. Fawcett, what are you seeing out there?
So it is pretty much just as bad as it has been out here. The wind's not too bad at the moment, but still, as far as the rate of fall, it's staying the same. Although right now it's coming down pretty straight, and it's not pushing me around, which I would call a bonus.
Yes, me too. I would call that a bonus as well. It looks like the wind has started to die off just a tiny bit there, but it does appear that the snow is still relentlessly coming down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Sorry,
absolutely.
I'm getting texted right now, so I'm a bit distracted. I apologize for that. But anyways, we do have. Yeah. So. I apologize. Okay. Anyways, back to the stream. Back to the weather. Okay. So, if you take a look and you hold your hand out, is the snow melting a little bit, or is it instant accumulation?
No, it is basically instantly. It's sitting there on my hands, just kind of accumulating.
Negative temperatures. So
Yeah, very very little melting. It's hitting the ground and staying there, which is a huge issue as far as accumulation is concerned.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I
It
mean,
is.
I'm sitting here right now with snow up to my ankles after just a couple hours.
Yeah, and this snowstorm is going to continue at this rate until about 7 a.m. tomorrow, according to both models. We're still going to get some snow, but the heaviest snow should be out by about 1 a.m. All right, so if you're standing in about your ankles, how much snow do you think that is?
I'd give it a good 5 inches as far as right here. One thing I have noticed, there is this one spot in my yard where I can stand, and I'd say it's a good 2 feet.
Yeah.
It's up to about halfway up my.
All right, so we are experiencing technical difficulties. Just the wonders of live coverage right now. Okay. Wonders of live coverage. We're experiencing technical difficulties. We will come back to Fawcett in a moment. Let's continue looking at some of these radar images that is coming into us at this point. Actually, I think it would be beneficial to take a look at the current watches and warnings that are out right now. Okay, so as of this time, a few portions of the winter storm warnings here in about Texas and eastern Oklahoma have expired, or have been canceled or allowed to expire, basically because there's no more snow expected for this area. However, winter storm warnings have extended up north a little bit more. We do have a new breaking development down here. We now have, in this area, we have hard freeze warnings for these areas. We have flood warnings down here. And I think that ice storm warnings would be going in effect soon as this storm starts to move up the East Coast, bringing impactful ice. So here for Mobile and Pensacola, rain and freezing rain is expected to develop across the interior southeast for you guys. There is a severe weather threat. You have a marginal risk right now, and there is also a slight risk across Okaloosa County in Florida. So right now, there is severe storms possible, so we are also going to be covering that threat as well. If there is a tornado, which I am going to be putting myself in charge of also watching for any new tornado warnings or anything of the sort. And if there is, then we will immediately shift coverage to address the situation that is in our protocol. Okay, so flash freeze potential. A flash freeze will be possible across locations northwest of I-65 as temperatures quickly drop into the 20s Monday evening and will result in possibly black ice developing on area roads and persisting into Thursday morning as temperatures drop into the teens. Be careful if traveling Monday night through Tuesday morning. So, this is pretty crazy. Yeah, you're going to be... Finally, your guys down there in Florida are going to get below freezing. All right, so wind chills, of course, are in the lower teens. Not as bad as it is for us here up in Oklahoma, where we're getting negative 20s in the wind chill. That is why we have a wind chill warning in effect. Rip currents are moderate to high right now. Rest of tonight, around 30 degrees with a slight chance of rain. Same for Monday and Monday night for this area. All right. We're going to go ahead and head right back out to Andrew Fawcett right now, and we're going to go ahead and take a look and see if anything is new or different. What are you seeing right now?
Again, the wind is much calmer than it was a few minutes ago. However, as I said, this rate of fall is not slowing down whatsoever. It's just as fast as it was, and it's not showing any signs of stopping.
Yeah, I can agree. From what I'm seeing over here, I mean, we're getting gnarly winds right now, like almost tropical storm force winds over here. So it's basically like I can't even see. And the thing is, we've gotten so much snow, I can barely see the road at all. Like, it's covering up to the curb in terms of snow for us. Is that the same for you? Are you getting that much snow over there?
I wouldn't say it's as heavy as that over here, but it is still significantly coming down to this point, especially some of the lights that are off in the distance are incredibly glared. And it's visible, but I would not recommend driving in this.
Yeah, neither would I. Also, I will assure you, live chat, that, or Nathan, that, we are not forcing him to stand out in these temperatures or anything like that. All right, and we would actually force him to stay inside if we knew that it would not be safe for him, and if it was life-threatening in any way, we would immediately cancel his portion of the broadcast, and he would be in the studio with us, because as you know, safety first here at Pure Weather. So, yeah, looks like I just saw a pretty hefty wind gust over there in your live shot right there.
Yeah, coming off my roof, we're getting some pretty heavy sheets coming down from this incredible wind.
Yeah, and that's why it's so. That's why the accumulations can be so high. Is because snow will be blowing off the roof and onto the ground with these high winds, and that's going to aid in accumulations below. All right. Absolutely. Okay. Well, we will come right back to you in a minute. We're going to be going over conditions now in Oklahoma City. So, all right, Oklahoma City right now. If you live there, sorry, you guys are right here. Okay, Oklahoma City, you are still also in the snow band, but you're right on the edge of it, so you're not in the thick of it like we are with Tulsa, Oklahoma. You got most of your snow this morning, if I am correct. You are currently at a higher snow total than Tulsa is, with about 7 inches in the bag. We're going to go ahead and we're going to look at an area for you right here. Once again, snowfall midweek, higher. All right, so the highest impacts from this winter storm Viola will be in the yellow hatched area. All right, it's another heavy snow event possible, and believe it or not, we're going to see potentially heavier snow than what we're getting today from this. So we are going to get around a total of like 19 to 20 inches throughout Oklahoma, according to the GFS and Euro models right now. All right, over the next 7 days, extreme impacts from Sunday through Tuesday. Wednesday, you have high. Thursday and Friday are elevated, along with low for Saturdays. Now, Friday and Saturday this weekend, I have some good news for you guys. We are finally going to be in the above freezing zone. Meaning, it's not going to be so cold. And I know that sounds like a dream for most of us here, especially Fawcett out there in the field. All right, winter storm.
Absolutely.
Winter storm warnings are currently in effect still for Oklahoma City. They're going to be in effect until noon tomorrow. Winter storm warnings all a little bit northwest of there for Elk City, Enid, Alva, Woodward, Gage, Beaver. All of you guys, your winter storm warnings have expired because the worst of the storm for y'all have already passed. Tulsa, Oklahoma, though, you're getting in it right now. All right, so let's take a look. We have lots of freezing precipitation for Clarksville. All right, if you live in Clarksville, this is really bad for you guys because you're getting significant icing right now. All right, same thing for Nashville, Tennessee. If you're in Nashville, you're getting ice and mixed precipitation. That is definitely not what we want to have, all right? Because keep in mind, a quarter of an inch to half inch of ice is enough to increase the weight of trees and power lines by 30 times. That is a lot. All right, down here with the rest of Winter Storm Uri here in Louisiana, Port Arthur, in areas that are still reeling from Hurricane Laura and Delta and all these people from the 2020 hurricane season, they are now getting slammed with ice. Can you imagine getting hit by a hurricane in October, and then a few months later here in February, you're now getting an ice storm? That's actually pretty ridiculous. All right. So I think we are now going to be going right back out to Andrew Fawcett to see if there's any new condition changes. Fawcett, people want to know if you have a ruler so that you can measure so that you can measure the storm. I think we might be having some technical issues with Andrew Fawcett right now. So, yeah, we are having... Oh, no, there we go.
Yeah, I think we're having connection issues. As I was saying, cold as ever, windy as ever. However, it does appear as if we are having an increase in snowfall, actually.
Yeah, that would be about right.
Especially that wind. That wind is increasing a lot.
Yeah, that's about right. You guys are going to get... We're going to get pretty much hammered here in a little bit. This is not the worst of the storm. It's going to be increasing throughout the night. I think probably peaking around 11 p.m. before slowly start to taper off. But we are getting slammed with snow. So, by the way, people in the live chat want to know if you have a ruler to measure accumulations with out there.
I do not. I could probably go get one if they want, though.
Yeah, I think that would be beneficial if you could. All right.
Yeah, I'll go look for that.
All right, so while he does that, we're going to be going through some more stuff. No more radar stuff right now. All right, so we're going to take a look here, and we're going to be focusing on the northeast for a little bit because we haven't done that in a while. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the EMCWF model at this moment. Okay, so right now you guys are completely, perfectly dry, no precipitation for you. That is all about to change as the remnants from Winter Storm Tabitha are going to make their way throughout tomorrow. All right. And then that right there, that is all Winter Storm Uri that is coming your way as well. So Winter Storm Uri will start to make its effect. You actually won't be noticing the difference between the two of them because they're actually kind of interconnected as of this model. But you should start around 4 p.m. tomorrow. You should start feeling the impacts of Winter Storm Uri making its way up there. By this point, Winter Storm Uri has strengthened to a significant nor'easter at this point, and it's going to dump in feet of snow for you guys up there. Probably 15 plus inches, maybe 15 to 18, or 15 to 20 inches, most likely, for y'all. All right, and then here comes the second snowstorm coming up. This is going to be Winter Storm Viola, which is going to have similar impacts in a similar strength, if not maybe a little bit stronger this time. That's also going to make its way. Both of these storms are going to bring heavy snow and significant ice accumulations to the same areas that we're currently tracking Winter Storm Uri. So, this is no laughing matter. So that was the Euro model. We're going to go and do the GFS right now and see when that has Uri and Viola making its way in. So here is currently Winter Storm Uri, and it's making its way. Alright, so for New York City and for the Northeast area, you should start feeling the impacts of the storm about 8 a.m. tomorrow, which is by the time that it is starting to leave the Central Plains here. And when it leaves the Central Plains, you guys are going to get a little breath of fresh, quiet winter air for the first time in a few days. For about 12 hours, you're going to be sitting here with quiet and no wintry precipitation. But granted, there's still going to be a crap ton of snow on the ground. And as this next storm moves in, Winter Storm Viola, that's going to just add injury, salt to injury, or insult to injury as that moves on. Okay, so we're currently using GFS model. All right, so as of Tuesday at 12 a.m. now, 1 p.m., significant nor'easter. So both models have a significant nor'easter moving up this way. All right, and then Winter Storm Viola is not going to last as long as Winter Storm Uri is lasting. It's probably going to last a little bit longer than 24 hours for Uri. The storm's just a little bit under that time. So if you live here in Oklahoma and Texas, your first, for Tulsa right now, where Andrew Fawcett is located, you guys are Oklahoma City, you're going to get your first snowfall at about noon on Tuesday. Tulsa, you're going to get your first snowfall at about 6 p.m. All right, this storm is primarily going to be for Oklahoma for the first portion of its life. All right, so Tulsa, you're going to start feeling its impacts about 6 p.m. And then slowly over the night, you're going to get into that crazy heavy band again. So we're going to have probably Andrew Fawcett out, or yeah, definitely probably Andrew Fawcett is going to be out while we do live coverage for this one as well. And this storm is going to be continuing making it through and going. So this is now 1 a.m. on Wednesday, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. This is actually a lot longer than we thought it would be. So the models have definitely updated, and it looks like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City is going to be in this storm for more than 24 hours, just the same as we are here with Uri, according to these models. Winter Storm Viola. And then after Viola, see this area over here? That's potentially another little bit of snow showers that might come in, but they might fizzle out before they get here. Only time will tell with that one. So let's actually go ahead and time this out. So we already got this snow depth. All right, for around this area. All right. So once again, 6 inches of snow depth. That's more snow density than what we're seeing with Fawcett right now. Fawcett, that currently Andrew Fawcett is standing in about 3 inches of snowfall density, which is a lot, as you can see from his live camera. But that is not going to be, that's actually only half the amount of snow that we're seeing from here. And also, with the wind gusts, it's going to be about 7 miles per hour. So wind accumulation with the next 3 days, 29 miles per hour is what they're going to be feeling. So with that snow, I mean, we could also see borderline blizzard conditions for you guys up in Tulsa and Oklahoma City with this snowstorm. All right, 2 major snowstorms, and dare I say it, after that's done, that might be it for the winter for us here in Tulsa. For here in the Southern Plains. what an epic and record-breaking winter this has turned out to be. All right. Hopefully Fawcett's ready. He is not. Okay, so he is still looking for a ruler right now. So we are going to be... Oh, he is ready. All right, so we just got confirmation he is ready in about a few minutes from now. So we're going to look over at the radar again really quick. Just before... Actually, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and take a look at Dallas, Texas's range currently. So an ongoing winter storm. So right now you should get heavy snow, moderate to heavy snow through about 12 a.m. or more like 3 a.m. For the Dallas Metroplex and Waco, Killeen Temple area. Sherman, Dention, and Palestine, Texas are going to be getting moderate to heavy snow through about 6 a.m. Dangerous wind chills are going to be continuing until around 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and then following yet another snow and wintry mix accumulations. All right. Hard freeze warning is now in effect. Wind chill warnings are in effect. And, of course, we have more snow next week for you guys. All right, looking at the radar again. It appears we are currently in that heavy band right now still. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at where Fawcett is and what is happening with you right now. How are conditions there?
Just as bad as ever, really. We're seeing even more wind coming, especially with that precipitation. It's in my face right now. Even with these layers, I'm still feeling it, and it's really not a good time. I did get a ruler, as requested. So, in this, I haven't actually used it yet. In this, just kind of sitting here, we're sitting at about, oh god, I've dropped it. We're sitting at about 3 inches in kind of the shallow parts. However, in some of these thicker parts, we are looking at, what does that say? That says 11 inches. We're looking at about 11 inches in some of these deep parts.
Okay, so what Fawcett is saying right now is that we have about 3 inches currently sitting on the ground with isolated higher amounts possible going up to like about a foot. So that's a lot of snow. Has this snowfall rate increased since we last talked to you or decreased? Or has it about remained?
It's increased a bit, especially, as I said, with that wind gust, Jesus, it is very bad right now. In fact, I'm getting hit with a pretty hard gust right now. I don't know if you can tell. But it's soaring past me right now. In my face, you have these clouds coming from the roof, and it's not a good time right now.
Yeah, I can tell. You're getting blown around ridiculously right now. Do you have any advice for fellow people who live in Tulsa about the conditions and about what they should be doing?
Stay inside. Unless you have to be out here, I wouldn't recommend going out here. I'm making sure I'm wearing layers, boots, and I'm staying in the same spot. So if you have to, try to keep movement to a minimum. Because as I said, it's really hard to tell how deep it is with this super light, airy snow.
Yeah. All right. So this just in, visibility is now down to 0.3. So that is really low. That's low visibility for us here. Wind speeds about 15 miles per hour sustained, and wind chills right now are about -15. So it is really cold and it is really snowy, and it's based on what I'm seeing from HQ right now. Here from Winter Storm Central or Center from the Winter Storm Center this evening, it's pretty heavy. I would only imagine that we're going to be getting lots of school closures, all right, for the next week, because once this storm passes, you guessed it, we got another one on the way. We got yet another one on the way. Oh, we are still showing Fawcett's thing really quick. We're going to go ahead and transition. All right, so for Tulsa, Oklahoma, all right, we're going to go ahead and take a look down here. All right, closures tomorrow. For Monday, as 100%, of course. I mean, it is President's Day. But Tuesday, 60% chance. And I can only imagine that there should be around a 50% or higher chance that we will get closures Wednesday, maybe a little bit lower for Thursday and Friday. But if we do have school, I can only imagine in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you're going to be pretty much, I'm forecasting and predicting you to be either virtual or canceled throughout most, if not all,
I hope the second option.
of the next week. Most, if not all, of the next week. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the past 24-hour snowfall. Tulsa, Oklahoma, you are currently in the 5-inch range. South Tulsa, all right, Bixby, 4.2 inches, 4 to 5.2 inches. All right, so that's where Fawcett is at right now, and he had locally higher amounts of about 11 inches. All right, that is pretty wild, to say the least. And Oklahoma City, you have about 8 inches of snow right now, and you're still getting some snow. A little bit of light snow for you, but still snow nonetheless. Okay, let's take a look at the snowfall that we can see. Snow still to come up here for Tulsa. We're going to look at you guys. Snow still to come. Tulsa, you can expect for South Tulsa and Bixby area, you guys can expect about, according to this, snowfall will continue throughout the day. You can expect about 3.6 inches more to come, according to this model here. And then if we go down to Oklahoma City, as of right now, you guys can expect 3.1 inches left throughout Uri. So Uri is still definitely not done. We still have hours and hours left of being in this heavy snow. I'm actually kind of scared to what we'll see whenever we wake up tomorrow morning. Let's actually take this up to Fort Smith, Arkansas right now. For Fort Smith, you guys are going to have Winter Storm Uri is definitely not done with you guys yet. You guys have about 4.8 inches still to come with you. And if we look at you for Fort Smith, you currently have about 1.2 to 2 inches of snow right now. So you should expect about 6 total inches from Winter Storm Uri. All right, this is definitely one of the most insane storms that I can remember for Tulsa. This is record-breaking, more like record-shattering. We're actually approaching the record snowfall of the year. If you remember Winter Storm Flynn from earlier, that sat and dropped 7 inches for Tulsa. And if we already have 5 inches on the ground, with an expected 4 inches more, that's going to be 9 inches here for Tulsa, Oklahoma. From this one storm, that is going to beat the record for Winter Storm Flynn, which I didn't think was going to happen because, you know, after all, we are in the southern plains. Now, going down to Dallas right now, you have about 2 to 3 inches of snow already accumulated. 2 to 3 inches of snow already accumulated for you guys. We're going to go ahead and take a look to see how much snow you can expect for the rest of the night tonight. Dallas, you can look for about 2.9 more inches, so you are probably going to be finishing with a total of around 4 to 5 inches. So you're going to be right within that forecasted amount. So this storm is not underperforming by any means. It is actually fitting right within our forecast. Here's the thing. Tulsa, Oklahoma, we are getting a little bit overperforming from the storm by a little bit because our forecast was 6 to 9 inches this morning, and the forecast is about over 9 inches that we're going to get from the storm, and it could still, if we keep up this pace, we could get a little bit more inches than that. This is a really difficult situation for many people, and the roads tomorrow, I can only imagine, the roads tomorrow are going to be absolutely horrible. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on past 24 hours. Let's go down here to Houston. You still got nothing there. Port Lavaca, Corpus Christi, you guys have not gotten any snow. Now over here in San Angelo, you guys have gotten 8 inches, all right, around this area, 7 to 8 inches for San Angelo. This might be our, San Angelo, you're going to get a lot of snow Okay, snow still to come for you guys. Winter Storm Uri is still not done. You have 7 inches right now. You can expect about an inch to 2 inches more. So you are going to get about as much snow as we are getting in Tulsa right now. Winter Storm Uri is almost done with your area, so just hang on a little bit longer. Just hang on a little bit longer, guys. All right, so for Little Rock, Arkansas, you can expect from Winter Storm Uri to continue throughout the day tomorrow, and you can expect about 3.5 to 3.6 inches of snow still to come. Over the past 24 hours around Little Rock, you guys have gotten around an inch to 2 inches. So you're not going to get that much snow from the system because most of it is still in northern Oklahoma. Look at that. 10 inches of snow right now for really North Oklahoma right here. If you remember, these had extreme impacts on WSSI earlier today and yesterday. Look at those amounts of snow that we have up here. But of course, Tulsa, you are raking in the numbers as well. So it's going to be a lot. All right, now let's go ahead and go back to Fawcett right now so that we can see what the conditions are. All right, we're going to go there in just a moment. You got to suit back up because don't worry. He is not standing out there all night. Oh, no. He comes back inside, all right? Whenever he's not on air, he goes inside. He warms up a little bit. We do not want him getting frostbite or anything like that, so he's currently walking outside. And, all right, we are here. We're going to go ahead and transition to him now. All right. So, what are you seeing? What are the conditions? They still look pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Same really, really heavy, dense precipitation right now. Snowflakes, really big, but also very airy. The wind, not too bad at only a couple miles per hour, kind of still, although those gusts are still absolutely killer.
Yeah, the gusts are what do the most damage. Okay, so, is it gotten any colder out there?
I'd say it feels a little bit colder, but nothing too major.
Yeah, alright, so, is there anything new that has just happened since we last threw to you a few minutes ago?
There was one relatively major gust, but other than that, nothing big has changed.
Nothing big has changed. Okay, well, it appears that the snow is falling a lot right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if the next time, in about an hour from now, we're going to be looking at snowfall totals again to see how much we have received from this hour of coverage, and I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma has now surpassed about 6 to 7 inches of snow based on what we've been seeing. Now, would you agree, Fawcett?
Oh, absolutely. The snow's coming down incredibly fast right now, and some of these footsteps are getting almost filled already. So it's looking like in the morning we're going to have some pretty high snowfall totals if this continues.
Yeah, and this is not going to melt. All right? I mean, it's going to be pretty overcast for the next day. All right? This snow isn't going to melt unless it has direct sunlight energy put onto it. So, if that's the case, and then this snow doesn't melt, and then we are already moving in, and then Winter Storm Viola comes in, and it dumps the same amount of snow, that's going to be pretty crippling.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the amount of snow that's coming down just right now I can even see it accumulating on my clothes, especially on my hood. It lands and it stays. It's not melting whatsoever.
Yeah, this is not like it was with Flynn where it just melted off a little bit. This is not your typical snowstorm. This is not wet snow. This is snow that is dry. It's like sand. It is like white sand that's falling. Like you pick it up and it there's no way you can pack that. Like you try to make a snowball, if you pack the snow and you try to make a snowball with it, your snow is gonna be all gone by the time you're done. Like look at that. Like, and this is literally the type of snow. The bigger the snowflakes, the worse it is because that snow, it touches the ground, it stays. It's not gonna melt. This is instant accumulation because according to the Weather Center right now. Temperatures have now dropped to around 4 degrees Fahrenheit. And 0.32 mile visibility right now. So visibility has improved just slightly, but I'm not saying, I think that's because the wind has died down a little bit and not because the snow has let up. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, the density of whatever's falling down right now is still incredibly high. It's not really showing any signs of stoppage either.
Yeah. It's just the winds really aren't as powerful as they were earlier today, which is actually a lot worse. All right, normally you would think with snowstorms like this that generally with the wind it would make it so much worse, but no, with that wind it kind of stops it from accumulating that much and it makes it accumulate in other areas instead of one. But without that snow, it's just going to fall straight down, so that is going to raise the accumulation by a landslide. Is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, the impact that this wind has, as I was saying, some of those deeper parts are around about a foot in depth. So again, if I measure this right here, we're looking at about even 5 inches in some of these spots right here. And then over here in some of these really, really deep parts, again, like I said, we're looking at 9, 10, 11, maybe even 12 inches.
Yeah, so that's basically a foot of snow for Tulsa, and this snow is definitely not letting up right now at all.
Whatsoever. It's falling steadily right now.
Yeah. All right. So, Fawcett, we will throw to you in a minute.
Oh, that's a very large gust.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible gusts coming right at me.
Yeah, that looked pretty significant. That looked pretty significant.
Yeah.
That looked pretty significant. All right, so thank you. We'll come back to you in a minute. We're gonna take a look at some of these other forecast graphics. All right, so we're back here now. Let's go ahead and take a look at windy again, and we're going to take a look at the clouds. Okay, so this is currently radar and satellite. So this is according, the weather radar is not that good with this program. But this is the satellite imagery right now. So with this right now, you can see that we have 2 huge areas of clouds that will be dumping snow. I'm going to turn on this GIF really quick. And it's just going to keep going. You can see a little bit of low-level rotation. That's because we have a surface low down there. And with that surface low down here and the high pressure up there, all right, that means that we're going to have a little, like a pretty nasty pressure gradient. All right, and with that happening, and as you know, the closer these isobars are, the greater the winds. That's what we're having right now. So if we turn on pressure, look at this. So we have the low pressure all the way down south here at Houston. All right, pretty low pressure up here, and we have the pressure all the way up north here by Green Bay, and that is creating a steep pressure gradient here within this area. That's going to create those winds to kind of speed up just that little bit to create those nasty wind conditions. All right, so what we really need to look at is the air quality now, just because why not? Actually, no, that's too confusing. Okay. So here are the waves, and Houston, right now, you are getting, all right, so 7-foot swells. This is because of the winds from that low pressure that's happening right now. 7-foot swells, that has to do with Winter Storm Uri, because that's where the low pressure is associated with. Okay, so we're going to go back out here, and we're going to take a look at up here where we have ice storm warnings. Not there. Ice storm warnings currently in effect. We want to look at that. Okay. Once again, my internet is a bit slow because of the crazy amount of snow that we're getting right now. Okay, so ice storm warnings for these areas. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click on this for a little bit just to take a look here. All right, so for Allenton Lehigh Valley International Airport, you guys are going to be in an ice storm warning is in effect until about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, when a wintry mix is likely, and then you guys got a lot more snow. But you've been getting sleet all day today. that is all going to change into snow within the next coming weeks. This is a pretty nasty storm. Have our forecastings been upgraded? What I really want to see is, do we have an upgrade or an update with snowfall totals? No, not yet. Also, we have been streaming for an hour, so Fawcett or Pasley, do you guys have any hour or midstream thoughts? All right, I'm going to assume that is a no.
I was trying to think of something, but okay.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
It's fine.
you can totally tell us if you want.
I'm trying to think stuff.
All right, well, just don't hesitate to speak up whenever you find stuff.
Alright.
Okay, so we're going to go back here and we're going to take a look at pivotal weather, the graphics here. All right.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
How many inches of snow are supposed to get from Uri and Viola?
All right, so this is what I'm just about to go into. So Uri and Viola combined, this is what I'm going to be looking at. All right. So Uri and Viola combined. We're going to go to about hour 366 here. Whoops. All right. So for you in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we're about 15 inches. All right. Oklahoma City, about 18 to 20 inches for there. For you down there. Up here in the Northeast, you're going to see snow accumulations in the 40s. All right. That's going to do with lake effect snow and a bunch of areas like that. Texas, and the further south you go, the less accumulations you're going to get. I mean, I guess you can probably think of that. Here in about Fort Smith, in between Fort Smith and Little Rock in Arkansas, there's a little isolated area of about 24 inches. So you guys are going to get hammered by Winter Storm Viola within the next couple of days.
Yeah, so the previous record for Tulsa was around like 27 inches, right? We're gonna come like very close to it.
So this is right. So if we get 15 inches from these two storms,
we're very much going to exceed that record.
All right, so from these two storms, and then hold on, let me just pull up my records really quick.
It was 27.
And then from Winter Storm Flynn, we had 7 inches, and then we had Winter Storm John, which dropped 3 inches of snowfall. So 10 plus 15, that will be 25 inches. So we will come very close. No, and then we had a spontaneous snow, which was 1 to 2 inches. So we will actually.
That has moderator.
I don't know, but
Sydney Gaynor.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of my friends. Okay. Anyways. That we're gonna come closer. We are either gonna come close to the record, or completely break the record of most snowfall in a single season for Oklahoma. This is a big deal. It all depends on how much snow and if. Now here's the thing: can these storms overperform? Definitely. That's what we're seeing right now with Uri. It's overperforming. It's dropping more snow than what we thought. All right, the National Weather Service office peaked us at 6 to 8 inches. Right now, we're about to get 10. All right, that's overperforming by 2 inches there. All right, Winter Storm.
Viola could underperform or overperform.
Exactly, and if that is going to happen, then that means that we do have the potential to completely shatter that record.
Every storm is at the same time predictable and unpredictable.
Exactly, you can pretty easily predict the path it's going to take, but the intensity and the amount of snow that you're going to get is pretty difficult. Okay.
Really hard to get.
All right, I'm wondering, Fawcett, are you ready to, are we ready to go? All right, so we're going to switch over to see Fawcett going out in a few minutes here. A few seconds. He's going to be going out. We're going to go over there. I wonder, we're about to see if the snow has lightened up any or if it's actually gotten heavier. So it's going to be interesting to see here. All right. All right, Fawcett, what are you seeing? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit because of the internet connection is going to have to go through all of this now. All right. Keep in mind you are muted still. What are you seeing right now?
Oh no, I am muted. So it's the same as we've been seeing. Just amazing amounts of snow coming down right now. You can probably see things there's a lot of back here. It's pretty easy to see, which is amazing. You can actually kind of visualize it. Um, as I said earlier, that accumulation is really becoming noticeable at this point, and it's starting to get up. Not necessarily at a noticeable rate, but over time it is getting higher.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Right now, it does appear as if the wind is calming down a bit. However, it's coming down just as hard as always.
Yeah. All right. Also, I'm gonna let you know that Cameron is now a moderator as well. So we have that going for us.
Congratulations for him.
Also, if you were to type in chat, I would have given you moderator as well.
Oh, should I do that?
If you want to. All right. So, Fawcett, we are still talking with you here.
Can you give it for me?
Hold on, I'm a bit. All right. So, Fawcett, what is the latest with the snow accumulations in your area?
So it has gotten a bit deeper over here. Looks like we're still looking at around 5 inches in most spots. 3 up on top of these little mounds right here. But just kind of on this flat terrain, we're looking at about 3 to 5 inches.
Yes. All right, so 3 to 5 inches currently, and it's still snowing hard. How are the winds?
The winds are much more calm than they have been. Thankfully, haven't seen any gusts. I don't want to jinx anything, but it looks like we are doing pretty good right now.
All right.
Before you could just get blasted in the face by a gust.
Yeah, I'm calling it. It's gonna happen soon.
All right. So, have you, so you said that those footprints were starting to fill in a little bit. Are they completely filled in now?
No, not at all. They're starting to get covered up a little bit, but I can flip this right here. You can see some of these footprints, which, not these are all fresh, but these, you can see they're kind of starting to, if I can get my shadow out of the way, you can see they're kind of starting to smooth over a bit.
Yeah.
And it does kind of help visualize how deep it is. If I show you right here, it's getting pretty deep in some parts, especially over here, where like I said, we're up to about a foot in depth, where it's more than ankle deep.
Yeah, and ankle deep I would say is about 5 inches. So
Yeah,
that,
I'd say most places are about 3 to 5 right now.
yeah, and
But some of those places are being affected by wind, can be all the way up to a foot.
and we're still expecting 4 more inches to come through here this evening before about 1 p.m. With our peak, we're expecting, I think, about a peak snowfall rate here in about 30 to 45 minutes. So that's going to be really exciting for you.
Looking forward to it.
All right. So now it is time for a radar update right now so that we can take a look about where we are right now according and within relation to some of the heaviest snow. Oklahoma City, you're coming out of there a little bit, but Tulsa, Oklahoma, and southern Tulsa, Coweta, and Wagner, you are currently going to get in really heavy snow band right there. So just watch out for that and prepare for that to happen. And then Tulsa, Oklahoma, you are currently getting isolated spots of heavy snow. And that snowstorm is going to keep going north a little bit before potentially peaking. And we're going to be having the snow end a little bit around 1 a.m. So this is definitely one of the worst storms that we have tracked here on Pure Weather. This is why we have issued an official red mode. And the reason why we are doing all of this live coverage, we only do this during red mode. Normally, and And the red mode will last until this coming weekend. So we are also going to be doing streams at night for the Tuesday storm, just in case school is a thing. So, heavy bands of snow.
School is pain.
Heavy bands of snow currently moving in. Actually, some of the heaviest bands of snow right now in Lone Star. Lone Star, you're getting hit hard with the snow right now. So this area right here that we're monitoring, you guys, this is basically the type of area that we are getting into with here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, around this area. Also, it is beginning to come to my attention that there are a little bit of severe and isolated showers. Or there is no severe storms right now, but there are isolated showers moving in at this point, this time, right now. All right. So, okay, so actually we do have a bit of breaking news right now. I'm sorry I didn't have this up earlier. We do have more extreme impact, and we do have power flickering down in Corpus Christi. Okay. All right, this is a big deal. Houston, Texas, the biggest city, one of the biggest cities there are now under extreme impact. So if you live in Houston, Texas, extensive and widespread severe property damage is almost inevitable. Life-saving actions will be required, and it will result in extreme disruptions to your daily life. This is not something to take lightly at all. You are getting extreme impacts from these winter storms. This is absolutely ridiculous, along with Austin, Texas as well. Austin, so we have, of course, Houston, Austin, Dallas as well. So all the major cities in Texas are currently under extreme impacts as of this time. We have also received reports from areas in Corpus Christi also has power continuing to flash. Little Rock, Arkansas, you are under extreme impact as well. This is a major system. Oh, and I will actually say that Tulsa, Oklahoma, you are back underneath major. Thoughts on that from the team?
No, someone in the chat put the temperature into good words. I'd give the temperature outside roughly. Leave the groceries in the garage if you don't have room in the fridge or freezer.
Yeah, that's what I would agree. Okay, thoughts
Sounds about good to me.
Thoughts on the WSSI right now?
I mean, it's kind of sad that we're at this point, and I wish everyone in those areas the best.
Yeah, you all need to stay safe. Fort Worth, Dallas, Plano, Austin, Houston, Shreveport, Little Rock, Arkansas. All right, these areas you are placed under extreme impact. So I would not be surprised if we have extreme impacts being upgraded along here for Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, now for Tulsa and Oklahoma City, extensive property damage is likely. Life-saving actions are needed, and it will likely result in major disruptions to your daily life. So this is a 5 out of 6 on the scale. But I really feel for these people who are living in these areas who are going to get those extreme impacts from the system. I have never seen this before. This is something totally new. This is absolutely kind of ridiculous. Okay, just a heads up, we're going to be going over to Fawcett again to check on the snow a little bit because it looks like it might be lightening up a tad bit. I'm not sure. Well, we are going to be going live with him here in a moment. All right. So once his camera turns on, we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch over there. Yeah, it did. It moved from major to extreme. This is really extreme, actually.
It's a big deal.
All right, so we're going to wait just a little bit before Fawcett's not really ready yet. He's still getting himself set back up. All right, are you ready? Okay. All right, Fawcett, it sounds like the winds are going relentless right now in your area, and it doesn't look like the snow's lightening up for your area. Wow, that sound is ridiculous. It literally sounds like you're in the eye wall of a hurricane. Okay, what is going on?
So as I said, I'm coming at you right now in the midst of a major gust right now. Really all around, getting snow in my face. It's behind me. It's in front of me. It's everywhere. Definitely not a very safe environment to be in. If you have to be out here. The rate of, if anything, especially with this wind that's now picking up again, it's not looking pretty right now.
Yeah, I would assume that is the case. All right. Do we have any additional snowfall accumulation since we last looked out there?
I wouldn't say anything major. Again, I'll check over here. Looks like we're sitting again at about 3 to 5 inches in most areas.
All right. Yeah, still 3 to 5 inches. That is crazy. Okay, so the fact that we're under major impacts for Tulsa, do you think that was a good move to upgrade us there?
I would say so at this point, especially with these winds. Speaking of winds, it's a very large gust coming at me right now. With these winds and this snowfall and this, all of it combined, the visibility, the wind, the accumulation, it's really good that we are encouraging people to take these precautions and really just stay home.
Yeah, there's no need to be going out. If you are driving right now, you will know that the roads are extremely hazardous at this point. And from where Fawcett is located, and he's out in the live coverage, or he's out live in the field right now, and that looks pretty nasty out there. Like
it's not good right now.
Has it shown any signs of a weakening?
Absolutely not. It's coming down just as hard as ever. Wind is a bit more calm now, but it's still picking up. In fact, we're getting a sizable gust right now.
Yeah, that looks like some insane amount of snow that you're getting currently.
Yeah, as I say every time, it's not a very happy environment right now.
I can only imagine now.
It's very sad and depressed because it's so cold.
Yeah.
So everyone get a good look about what's going on right now, right here, because you can expect the same amount of impact from Winter Storm Viola. We will be going live to cover that Tuesday night. So this will be the last live stream about Winter Storm Uri for now. For the Southern Plains, we're going to definitely cover it a lot as it moves up the East Coast, along with Winter Storm Viola. So, do you think it's gotten colder for you?
I wouldn't say necessarily it's gotten colder. As I said, the winds picked up a bit, so the wind chill's probably dropped a little bit. But as far as just resting temperature, it's staying pretty steady around 3-4 degrees.
All right, so this just in, we've had a little bit of an update with the forecast right now. The peak of the snowstorm is now at 1 a.m. instead of the snowstorm ending at 1 a.m. So so what you're getting right now, believe it or not, that's moderate snowfall rates. Just wait till we get those extreme to heavy snowfall rates that are going to be occurring at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Monday morning. Wow. All right, now visibility has decreased to 0.075.
I absolutely believe that. The way it's coming down right now, it's hard to see much of anything right now.
So this is 0.075 miles that you can see. So that's 7/100ths of a mile that you can see right now. Like, it's really hard to see. I can't see out my window very much, mainly because it's dark, but also because it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, humidity is very high, and the reason that we're getting this storm set up like this is because we have that great Gulf tropical moisture moving in with those Arctic cold air and those storms moving in from the north. All of that combined is creating these really nasty systems that you're currently seeing right now that Fawcett is standing in. All right.
Yeah.
What is the deepest area in where you are at? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so
I'd say probably one of the deep, mainly. I'll say it's around up against these old walls.
up against these little walls over there. That was, I think, the worst you have ever cut out. Yeah.
Yeah, so around here, getting about a foot total. Was a bit more before I walked in it. There we go.
Wow.
But especially just this general area that I've been in, it's pretty deep. Especially if I walk over here to my driveway. It's just as deep. We're looking at about 4 inches right here. Just kind of steady. As far as the rate of accumulation right now, just a couple hours ago, I took out the trash bins, and you can see it's already basically been completely covered over.
Wow, that is ridiculously. That's
So this rate is insane.
Yeah, the amount of snow that we're getting definitely this is already, I think, crippling here for Tulsa.
It's absolutely bonkers, mate.
It is pretty bad. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and transition. We'll come back to you, Fawcett, in about like a few minutes from now. We're gonna transition. So this is the radar currently. This is the radar right now. We've lost that big band thing, but now it looks like a blob. But Tulsa, you are just in it right now. And I don't see y'all getting out of this storm for a while. All right, so this is going to be pretty bad. What we need to look at, if we see any new precipitation or 24-hour snowfall rating. I need to refresh. All right, so past 24 hours, still no new reports, but about, actually, yeah, no, we got new report. We got a new report in a little bit north of Tulsa, receiving about 8 inches of snow. That little area.
It's just in. It has stopped snowing where I am right now. It has stopped snowing entirely.
Yeah, so this is like a little bit northwest of Skytook.
A call before the storm.
Yeah, 8 inches. So if it stops snowing entirely where you are, and yet it is this heavy down here in South Tulsa, I mean, that's kind of crazy.
I live about like 10 miles away from you, maybe even 12, so.
Yeah. You probably are living on the outside of the snow band, because this is a pretty thin band of snow at the moment. Okay, so as of right now, we're going to go ahead and look. We're going to go ahead and look at the next snow still to come. All right. So from Winter Storm Uri, Tulsa, you are in the clear. But South Tulsa, Bixby, you can expect another 3.6 inches. So snow is accumulating. All right. So we are getting requests for Fawcett to show us all what his driveway is like and for him to measure it and all that. So, Fawcett, are you up for the task? We are going to be, he is not allowed to do that, I don't think. Maybe.
What would that be?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to leave for a second. What are we talking about?
No, the reason that would be because you said earlier that your parents don't really want you going out in the snow.
Oh, no, they're fine with that.
Oh, they are?
No.
No, I was talking about,
I was talking about me.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Andrew. Okay.
Yeah. So, Fawcett, if you wouldn't mind, could you go out and measure your
Wait, actually, I think I can.
driveway? Okay, well, if that's the case, then we have 2 field reporters at this time. So, we will be seeing 2 people, one person on the outside of the snow band, and then the other will be getting in the thick of it. So, it's good. We're going to have coverage on all angles now. If that's the case, Fawcett, we're going to be going and throwing to you again. We're going to be throwing to you. Okay, are you ready? Yeah, it appears that you are. All right. Okay, so I would normally ask if there's any changes in snow rate, but it looks like it's gotten a little bit worse, or if not, definitely stay the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, upon first glance over here, it looks like it's been calming down a bit, but I come over here with a light where you can see everything, and it has not changed much. It's just as heavy.
Yeah, this is pretty much the heaviest snow we've seen all day. And the fact that
Never mind, I can't.
you can't?
I cannot.
All right, that is an oof then. Okay, so Fawcett, do you have your ruler on hand? And if you can you go ahead and measure your driveway for us? I never thought I would be saying that, but yeah.
Yes. It's very slippery out here, I'll give it that much. So just sitting here, we're sitting at about 3.5 inches, so in just this live stream, we've accumulated about half an inch.
Just from the live stream, guys, a half an inch. We've gotten another half inch of snow accumulated just from since we started this live stream.
One thing that's very interesting, probably the deepest part of the driveway right now is right over here, and we're looking at about 6 inches from here, so it's really deep right here, going all the way down. As I said, just because of that wind, it's being blown up this way, and then it starts to head down right there.
That is a lot of snow. All right, well then in that case, Tulsa has about, officially in South Tulsa, we've received about 6 inches, a little bit over 6 inches of snow in that case right there. And there's still a lot more to be accumulated. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if we got 4 more inches, which is basically what we're forecasted to get, if we surpass 10, maybe even a foot of snow total from Winter Storm Uri.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, and from the amount of time we're scheduling, it's entirely foreseeable. Absolutely. Especially, this is one of the reasons you probably shouldn't be driving. I can barely see in front of me right now. Especially from these sheets coming off of all the things around me. It's not pretty right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're getting lots of, and the thing is that when that wind hits, it's called wind-driven snow. So what that means is that the wind will basically break up the snow into little tinier snow particles, making the visibility drop significantly. And when that happens, it also stings your face.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm observing right now. In fact, I may even want to consider putting on a mask soon.
Yeah, that's what I would advise.
Yeah, these winds are increasing very heavily right now.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that we're not under a blizzard watch right now. Like, this is literally blizzard conditions is what we're getting here in Tulsa.
Absolutely.
So, the heaviest snow bands have been slamming through Tulsa since 5 p.m. So they've been going for about 5 hours, and they're going to continue going for another 5. This is why we've been expecting so much snow, and people today have been messaging me saying, yo, when's the actual snow going to hit? And I'm like, just relax. It's coming. Most of it's going to be coming overnight. But yeah, this is a pretty crazy storm. We're getting significant snowfall rates, as you can see from Fawcett's area. And the snow is sticking to the ground. So hard. So much snow is sticking on that ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's not melting whatsoever from what I can tell.
Yeah. and it's only going to get worse from here. All right, conditions are going to continue to rapidly deteriorate. Do you see snow accumulations on like small surfaces like mailboxes and gutters and stuff?
Yeah, on gutters, I'm seeing incredible amounts of accumulation, and that's why one of the biggest issues as I come over here. This wind is blowing it off of these gutters, and really making that visibility even worse. But really, based on how little it's melting, snow is accumulating on the smallest things right now. Really, if there's surface area for it to sit on, it'll stick.
That's pretty much what I would expect. But however, there is a fire hydrant outside my house that has no snow accumulation on top of it. However, it's pretty much almost buried by snow over here. But yeah, so we in a moment here, I would say at about 11:15 p.m. we're going to take a quick break so that we can update our lower thirds and our graphics really quick. But keep in mind, we're going to be live with you for a long time, like preferably about 3 hours. We've been live for about 85 minutes so far. So I would say about a little bit more. Fawcett, do you have anything else that you would like to share with us before we go back to studio coverage here?
Not really. One thing I've noticed is the particles do seem to be shrinking a little bit. But, I mean, the rate at which they're coming down hasn't really changed much.
Yeah, and shrinking particles, I'm not really sure if that means that it's weakening or not. I doubt it. I just think that they're contracting a little bit before releasing again. It really just depends on how much the size of the snow that is being produced. All right, Fawcett, we will come back to you at about 10:55. All right.
All right.
So now we're here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be taking a look at temperatures here for a little bit. You can see that all of the blue area right now is going to be below freezing temperatures. So here in Dallas, 25 degrees. Sorry, this is right now. Yeah, 13 degrees in Dallas. All right, Oklahoma City, 4 degrees. Tulsa, Oklahoma, about 5. South Tulsa, 6. Around that area, a little bit north here in Wichita, you're in the negative. So all the purple that you see, this is temperatures below 0. And that is going to slowly bleed in to us around that area. So Fawcett, the conditions that you're going to be in is going to get a lot worse. Because this is at 3 a.m. now. Yeah, we're going to go into the negatives for lows. This is when it's going to be pretty tough. Down here in Oklahoma City, negative 4s and 5s. Negative 4 to 5 degrees for us here down in Oklahoma City. If we go down here to Fort Worth and Dallas, now keep in mind these guys do have extreme impacts. We're going to actually take a look here at Oklahoma City to see what it's like for them right now. Because what we have here, let's go ahead and take out this lower third right now. And what we do is we're going to take a look at this webcam, wherever those are. We really need to find the webcams here, but I don't even think there is one down here really. But if you live in Oklahoma City, you should expect snow until about 3 a.m. and then that should end until about 3 p.m. on Tuesday, whenever Winter Storm Viola will keep on going, and it will keep snowing until about 3 a.m. on Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised if the Winter Storm warnings are going to be extended, because they already were extended. They were normally going to end here in about an hour. All right. A few days ago, the winter storm warnings would have ended in about an hour from now. But now, of course, they have extended the ending dates by about 12 hours. So they're going to be ending by noon tomorrow. Winter storm warnings are still in effect until noon. I would not be surprised if once that ends, it's either extended by a couple days or a winter storm watch will be put in effect, because they are watching for another significant winter storm Viola to come through. This is the heart of winter, guys, right here. This is definitely the most brutal winter that we've had in Oklahoma and Texas history. Okay, moving on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look now for Dallas, Texas. All right. So according to AccuWeather, you guys have winter storm warning, hard freeze warning, and wind chill warning. So it is currently 12 degrees. You're going to get 3 to 6 more inches of snow with an additional 2 to 5. Now, here's why we're so concerned with your area. All right, you are forecasted to get a half inch to a full inch of ice. That is ridiculous. All right, and that will for sure cause. That's probably what prompted those extreme impacts for you. Is that it's going to be pretty bad. Okay, so ice. You guys are gonna start getting ice at about 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it's gonna be about 0.20 inches, and then at about 6 p.m. you're gonna get about 0.7 inches of ice. So you guys are gonna go up a lot, and it's still on the upward trend. That is not going to end at all. So just saying, you guys are under a significant significant storm. All right, so for you guys here as well, a little bit of snow. All right, and then you're gonna get in this heavy band of snow here, just a little bit throughout the rest of the night, and then that's gonna be the end of it for you. Actually, no, it's not. About 2:30 a.m. more snow for you guys down here in Dallas. All right, now actually I didn't see this for Tulsa yet, so we're gonna go back here. And we're going to take a look at a minute cast for Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're mainly focusing here on Tulsa because this is the area that is getting the worst impacts from the storm right now. So light snow a little bit, and then it's going to drop off. So, but that is not what is forecasted by the National Weather Service. It's going to get a little bit crazy up in there. All right, so the current radar. So this is now at about 10:55 p.m. We actually might be coming towards the end of this area, and if so, I think we might be coming towards the end of these impacts. So maybe, I'm not entirely sure. We're still going to be getting in South Tulsa. We are still going to be getting hit by the snow until about 12:30. So whenever the snow stops, if that's the case, in about an hour from now, that will probably be when we end the stream this evening. All right, Fawcett, are you currently here and ready to go? No, he's not.
He is not.
He is not here right now. Okay, so we need to check something really quick. Yeah, all right, one moment. Okay, all right, so just in. Actually, this is really good on him. This is actually what we needed him to do. He's going to take a quick break until after we update our radars because his feet is feeling extremely cold, and then he does not need any frostbite on him whatsoever at this point. Okay, so I think we're going to take a little bit of a break so that we can update our radars here. All right. So definitely don't go anywhere. This is Pure Weather. We're going to be with you pretty much through most of the night this evening, as the snow is definitely coming down, and it's not going to stop, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Stay with us. Pure Weather. We will be back soon once we update all of the radars and the things. So we'll see you here in a quick minute. Make sure you don't go anywhere. All right, guys, we have now officially returned. So these forecasts are still a little bit outdated, but it has come to my attention that we have about 9 inches for 9 inches exactly in Tulsa. I'm not sure where those 9 inches are located, but we've had people send us images that we're going to put on the screen about 9 inches of. We're going to put this on the screen here in a little bit. 9 inches for Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, that's pretty ridiculous. We also have about 8.5 inches for Oklahoma City. Still, and with that going on, I would only snowfall forecast for the rest of the day. So Tulsa 2 inches, and then 3 inches. So we still have like 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches still left to arrive with us here. All right. We also have people live. We're going to be sending over to Fawcett at about 11:08. If he's okay with that. Guys, so our first 100 minutes of coverage has elapsed. What do you all do you have any thoughts about anything that is occurring right now?
No.
No thoughts. What about you, Fawcett? Do you have any thoughts about anything?
He just left.
Okay. Well, that means that we will be continuing with him later.
I thought he just left like that.
Yeah, okay, no, he's going to head back down there now, so we're going to get input from Fawcett later on.
At least we hope we're going to get info from him.
Yeah. Alright, so we do have images that have been sent to us that appear about like 8 to 9 inches of snow.
You can hit open link and it'll pop up on Chrome. Trust me. Just like
Yeah, I think it is entirely possible for us to get over a foot of snow tonight. It is possible. It's plausible if we continue with the snowfall rates. I know I did. So we're gonna have Fawcett come out here any minute now, and when he does, he's gonna give us the latest on conditions there to see the snowfall rate that is currently going on at this time.
Hey, if there is images, just click open link and it should just pop up in Chrome.
Alright, yeah,
If you want to go ahead and do that right now.
I'll do that in a little bit. Okay, so 5-ish minutes. So in about 5 minutes, we'll go to him. So for now, what we're going to do, it says that it's light snow. I do not believe that for 1 minute.
Ain't light. That ain't light.
That is not light snow. That is heavy. This moderate to heavy snow that is going through Tulsa right now. Okay, so we're going to continue here. With the temperatures, they're still going to be below freezing, and if we continue with these temperatures and we're going to go on with them, I would say we are going to be way below freezing, possibly down in the negatives a lot. So the temperatures are going to get a lot colder before they get a lot warmer. So just like conditions here with the snow, they're going to get a lot worse before they get a lot better. All right, and we're still going to be within below freezing temperatures for highs. All right, this is Thursday now, still below freezing. We're gonna see exactly when we start to warm up above freezing here. This is one major Arctic air invasion, and with this, I mean, okay, so about Friday at 19, we will be expecting over freezing temperatures for the first time, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So, we do have lots of snow, alright? And, like, the snow accumulations in the past hour or so have gone up about a half an inch to maybe an inch. And they're still expected to rise a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new snow according to this model here. We're going to look for GFS right now and the new snow within the next 12 hours. All right, we're expecting about 1.7 to 2 inches here for South Tulsa, according to GFS. Euro model How's this? About 1.5, a little bit more down here for Oklahoma City. So this is snow still to come from Winter Storm Uri. Within the next 24 hours. Of course, within the next 10 days, this is snow still to come. About 5.6 additional inches of snow will be arriving from Winter Storm Viola, which we will be covering within around Tuesday night. So,
Hey, he's here.
all right, are we ready? Are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go out live.
Ready, Melissa?
Just about. Heading outside now.
All right, so we're gonna switch over to you in just a moment. We're gonna switch over to you in just a moment. Yeah, so that's a good thing you got a mask on. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Fawcett. Has the snow lightened up at all?
Maybe a little bit, but with these winds, there's barely any difference. I mean, it's still pretty heavy out here. And the wind, it's really not helping. I had to put on this mask so, I don't frostbite my face off. And
Yeah.
As I said, it's really not pleasant out here. Wouldn't recommend being out here.
Neither would I. Okay, so with those winds, are you experiencing any crazy wind gusts right now? And is there any notable changes to accumulations?
I'd say the gusts aren't really as strong. However, the winds are a bit more constant. Maybe even 2 or 3 miles per hour, kind of constant. As far as accumulation is concerned, if I can grab this ruler, which has been buried a bit, it appears to be about the same. Let's see. If we check over here, looks like we're looking at about 4 inches over here, maybe, in these normal flat parts. As I said, the wind has kind of changed direction, so we're not seeing much accumulation back over here. It's going to be piling up more on this side.
Yeah. All right. So yes, with the wind, they are causing a lot of snow drifts and snowbanks to occur.
I'm gonna put up those images.
Yeah, we're gonna be putting up images here in a moment. We are gonna take another break here in about 30 to 45 minutes so that I can get images put up, so that we can show you exactly what. So for people who are a little bit skeptical about us getting 9 inches of snow, for Tulsa, Oklahoma, we will be putting up images about that here in a moment. All right, so. Fawcett, it appears that the winds have calmed down just a slight bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I am in the middle of a decent gust right now. But yeah, it's definitely calming down a little bit as far as the rate is concerned. I lied, it just picked right back up. Ignore everything I just said.
And just as a little something to let you all know, I will be periodically checking to see if the snow picks back up.
All right.
Where I am.
Yes. Please let us know if that does happen.
I'll check like every 10 minutes or so.
All right. The heaviest snow bands are still affecting and slamming through Tulsa right now. Fawcett, do you suspect that is going to end anytime soon?
I mean, just looking at what we're having right now, it doesn't appear to be slowing down that much. But I think it may be stopping the next hour or two.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, it is slowed down for where I am here at HQ. But the snowfall is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Outside the window right now. All right, so.
I mean, it's coming down pretty hard right now.
Are you observing anything that's like notable that you want to share?
Nothing in particular. Same thing as really always. Just all these footprints are getting kind of smoothed over, and it's kind of interesting how the snow is falling and accumulating in these holes.
Yeah. So it is accumulating pretty quickly, I would say. even when the storm starts to slow down just a little bit. So, has the temperature dropped?
It doesn't feel much lower, but again, I put on an extra layer, so
That was smarter of you to do.
probably a good idea.
Yeah, alright, so temperatures have dropped
You do not want frostbite.
to 3 degrees.
It's bad from what I've heard.
Yes, the temperatures have dropped out there to 3 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of now negative
It's like
15.
currently -1 right now.
Yeah, negative 15 is what it feels like. So,
Yeah,
that is...
because wind chill is a bad thing.
Yeah, there's a wind chill warning in effect. I have not seen one of those happen actually ever for my area before, so that's something new for me. Fawcett?
Yeah, it is incredibly cold out here, especially with that wind chill.
Yeah. Can you remember the last time that you have actually seen a snowfall like this?
It's been a while.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
It had to be like when I was 3 years old during that blizzard, like 2008.
Was it 5? Were we on 5? What was that? 2010, I think.
Yeah, that was 2010, 2009, and 2011.
Oh.
You guys had 2 blizzards back then, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. So this has just officially beaten out Thunderstorm Flynn for total accumulations of about 9 inches of snow. That is pretty crippling for us here in Tulsa right now.
GG.
All right, so for everybody watching here, if you guys want me to go over any places or anything that could be happening right now, let me know. But for now, we're gonna stick here with Fawcett as he's giving us a live feed about what is currently happening. Okay, so once again, it looks a little bit weaker. I mean, for my area, it's not as strong as it was.
Honestly, I can't stress this enough. If you do feel like
we're inside right now.
We're at what?
If you feel tingly, please go inside.
Yeah.
I know. I've been sitting by fire for the past few minutes, so.
Oh, you started a fire. Good.
Yeah, that was good. So wait.
Inside, it's not out here.
What were you saying about you being inside something?
So we're getting some pretty strong wind gusts right now, but as I said, the particles do appear to be getting a little bit smaller, which honestly is making the visibility a bit worse. So, as far as accumulation is concerned, I don't know, but total hazard, I'd say that's going up at the moment.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I would definitely agree with you right now. So, all right, we'll come back to you here in a moment. We're going to go ahead and once again go over the WSSI threats really quick. All right, so as you can see, we do have extreme impacts for major cities. That is absolutely horrific up here. Also, around major impacts for lake effect snow off of Lake Ontario. Buffalo, you're in major impacts right now if you live in Erie, off of Lake Erie. Now this is for all of lake effect snow, Sandusky there. You'll be getting major impacts. But let's go ahead and break down what is making these so bad. Okay, so snow amount, major to extreme for these cities. All right, snow amount for Tulsa and Oklahoma City, you can see that's actually happening right now, is currently major to extreme. Snow load, that is definitely, that's potential impact from the weight of snow on structures. Limited for everyone here. There actually is major impact here for major impacts for this area, isolated major. If you live in Little Rock, moderate impacts from the snow load that is coming in here. All right, ice accumulation, ice secretion. Major impact here in this little area, but this is all for in the mountains. Then we got major to moderate all the way up this area. All right, flash freeze. This is the potential from rapid decreases in temperatures from above to below freezing with presence of liquid water. All right, so there is a flash freeze warning actually in effect for this area. So, of course, that area will be under a minor impact at least. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at blowing snow. This one's a big one. That's actually what is happening right now. Andrew Fawcett was literally just talking about the wind gusts and the winds that is blowing snow. It reduces visibility by a lot. But you can see Austin blowing snow, moderate, or no, not moderate, minor for you. Moderate to major, extreme off of Lake Ontario. Once again, that is lake effect snow that is expected for up in that area. All right. Now, a ground blizzard.
Apologies for interrupting, but wherever Cameron is in his backyard, there's about 7 to 8 inches of snow because the snow is above his ankle in his backyard.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we have about 9 inches here because there's us. So, that
it's
is
like 9 inches the average?
yeah,
Okay. That's what I thought.
yeah. 9 inches is the average. So, that number at the top on the marquee there, that's the average snow for where it is. So, Tulsa, Oklahoma is averaging 9 inches right now.
Alrighty.
Okay, so ground blizzard is basically we do. Oh, sorry if you heard. That was my microphone just getting launched. Oh, sorry again. That was my microphone getting launched off of my microphone stand. Let me just go ahead and fix that really quick. Ground blizzard, if you don't know what that means, a ground blizzard is basically a potential impact from snow that is already on the ground combined with wind. That is a huge threat for areas like Tulsa, Oklahoma, all right, because once this snowstorm passes tomorrow, all right, and we have all the snow here, the winds aren't going to go anywhere. So that's still going to be blowing around the snow. And the fact that the snow is not wet snow, this is literally like sand. And if wind will come across here, I am honestly very surprised that it's just limited impacts for this area. So that is breaking down for the overall impact on days 1 through 3. But on day 1, which is today, we do have extreme impacts down here for Tyler. Nothing for Dallas yet. On day 2, nothing here. And then again for day 3, Dallas is at major, of course. And then Houston down there. And then we do have extremes as well. But all of this combined together creates the effect like that. Oh, and also this just in, Houston is no longer in extreme impacts anymore. So that is now ended.
That is good news. Very good news.
That is really good news. That
Very
is
good news.
very, very, very good news.
That is great to hear.
That is great to hear. However, Memphis, Tennessee, or no, that's not Memphis, Tennessee. Why are there so many names like this? Okay. Memphis in Arkansas. Sorry, Memphis, Arkansas. No, that's what's?
Yeah, but there still could be potential major damage in Houston, regardless whether it's extreme or not.
Yeah, no, that is Memphis, Tennessee. Sorry, Memphis, Tennessee. You were under extreme impacts.
Oh, shoot.
That is a major city for you.
Not Memphis.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Hot Springs, still under extreme as well, and that's still Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Texas as well. You guys are also under extreme impacts. So although we did lose one city, they are still in major. That is still really bad. Same with us up here in Tulsa. So
There's nothing better than chilling with your homies late at night covering weather. Nothing better.
All right. It is 11:30. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Andrew Fawcett. We're going to be coming back to you in about 2 minutes. Because it looks like, actually, I think we need to take a look at the radar here. But, Fawcett, we are going to be going to you in about 2 minutes. Just letting you know. Okay, so. I'm sorry to do this, guys. I have to start this up again because I accidentally closed the tab. Alright, let's get the radar up here. Alright. So, as of right now, Tulsa, you are still in the thick of it, but you might be getting onto the edge a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if you were out of here by within the next hour. And then we are, of course, going to go back into the snow at some point later on. I would like to profusely apologize for that. I am so sorry. I did not mean for any of that to go down. Oh my god. No, we're good. We are good. We are good to go. Okay, they should be out of here by now. All right, I'd like to profusely apologize. I would like to profusely apologize for that. Seriously. That was a little bit uncalled for. All right, I'm sorry, everyone.
The pain in having younger brothers.
Okay, no, they're perfectly fine, but all right. So we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and throw it to Fawcett now. All right, so Fawcett, we are now transitioning to you right now. What are you seeing? Is the snow lightening up?
I'm not really. Again, I'm in the midst of a pretty strong gust right now. So it's kind of hard to gauge how hard it is. Very strong gust, as a matter of fact. Including some of that basically aerosolized powder that's coming off of the roof from this wind. It is super hard to see, and it's incredibly cold at this point.
Yeah, I can imagine. So is the snow still powdery, or is it beginning to transfer into that wet stuff?
Oh, absolutely. It is as small as ever. The particles are small as they get. It is basically powder at this point.
Yeah. All right. And how is the accumulations going for you?
It's staying pretty steady at about half an inch every 30 minutes to an hour.
Half an inch every 30 minutes to an hour. So that is still a lot of snow that we are getting right now. I mean, I'm just saying we're getting a lot of snow. So we have just hit the 2-hour mark. Fawcett, do you have any thoughts for us or any suggestions here based on those last 2 hours of live stream coverage?
I mean, I'm amazed by how long this is lasting. It's holding steady at this point. I'm in another gust right now, and again, it's the same thing. We have these tiny particles coming, stinging really anything that's exposed. So for me, it's this, and that's it.
Could I speak possibly?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
I mean, you don't have to ask. You can just speak up.
Yeah, this is like a very interesting start to 2021. Considering like the past decade, we haven't really had any massive winter seasons. This is a huge change.
Yeah, this is a very huge change. To get 2 consecutive storms that are of the same magnitude. This is the first of 2 of them, and for this one to sit here and dump 9 inches of snow, on average in Tulsa, 8.5 in Oklahoma City. I mean, that's crippling already. Like, we're getting crippling amounts of snow from this winter storm, and it's still not done. It's still not done. So we're still going to expect.
It's still coming down right now.
Yeah, and the gusts are pretty ridiculous. All right, so on any flat surfaces or anything, do you suspect that there might be a little bit more snow on them?
As far as I can tell right now, all surfaces seem to be accumulating at a pretty steady rate. If there is a flat surface that's been disturbed, I've noticed we're getting a bit more accumulation in these little trenches, but other than that, it's all gaining at the same rate. Really, if there's anything for that snow to cling on that is flat, it's going to stay there.
Yeah. I agree.
Like I said, there's basically nothing melting. It's just non-stop at this point, sticking, which is why we're seeing such major accumulation right now.
Yeah, and it's going to continue throughout the night. It is going to continue throughout the night, of course. These still really strong bands are going to continue rocking through us here in Tulsa. From what it looks from where you are, you're only a few blocks away from the headquarters, if I'm correct, a few streets away. And it's still really coming down over there.
About 2, maybe 3 miles.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, yeah, it's still pretty much coming down ridiculously right now. It's like I don't think there's going to be any signs of stopping or anything like that. Oh, that sounded like a gust. That sounded big. That sounded like a big one.
In fact, I think I'm going to get behind this wall. This is a very large,
Yeah.
very large gust,
Yeah.
and I don't appreciate that, actually.
That is an insult to my race.
Good. I hope the snow race feels insulted. It deserves it. If I can flip the camera around right here, hopefully we can get a better view of it, maybe.
Possibly, who knows?
All right, Fozzie, we're going to actually stay with you for a little bit longer. All right.
Yeah. So we're getting this right now. We're getting this very long, sustained gust of wind.
Yeah, and that is definitely going to have an impact on
The sun cover absolutely everywhere.
that. Okay, it appears that that snow is blowing sideways. It appears that that snow
No,
looks.
Nathan, no. No!
Wow.
Nathan, I apologize.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, that was. I can't agree that it was a little bit inappropriate of that to just occur like that. But looking
this
here,
gust right now, it's still going on. It's being
An
sustained.
apology video.
right
yeah,
now.
that is sustaining. Yeah, we're actually.
Incredibly heavy.
Yeah,
This gust, the
we're-
visibility is
we're getting
next
that-
to 0.
Yeah, we're getting that gust right now. We're getting that gust right now, and according to the latest information here,
So, getting
visibility has dropped to 0.003.
Nice.
Yeah, it is basically 0 at this point. But
Yeah,
behind these lights, you can probably see kind of far out how hard it's coming down right now.
yeah, we can definitely see it is really coming down out there.
Look, I can make shadow puppets.
Yeah, you can make kind of
Take
up
it
there.
back, please. Do not undislike the video. In the stream.
Okay, it's
I
fine.
apologize.
We're getting another wind gust, and it's somehow even worse right now.
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah, we're getting worse wind gusts here. This is the worst of the storm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're watching it right now. Fawcett,
Oh God.
we're gonna continue to be live right now in this area, until Fawcett sees fit to go inside. He will be continuing to be on stream. It is that bad in that area. All right. Yeah, it looks like that snow is literally blowing sideways. That is ridiculous. That is sideways blowing snow. All right. Whoever started that is
And they're new dislikes and not even old ones.
Yep. All right.
Bruh.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, we are getting a little bit of technical difficulties here with the stream. That is actually to be expected because this is live TV and Fawcett is experiencing ridiculous amounts of snow right now. So we're gonna go back to look at the radar until he comes back on air, and then until he comes back in the VC with us. I'm pretty sure, is he still in it? Yeah, he is, but we are going to go ahead and we're going to transfer back onto the radar just so that we can see. Wow. Okay, so Nathan, you did really start a trend there. Okay, we're going to transition back through. Sorry about that. We will go back to Fawcett in a minute. All right, so this is current radar right now. All right, you can see there is still a
What?
crazy. Yeah, there was 8 for a second.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what is happening here, but it doesn't really matter. Okay,
It's
so
like because of me complaining about Nathan disliking it. That's probably why.
all right, so we are still waiting for Fawcett to come back. I'm actually gonna have to message him right now to let him know.
No, Nathan. No.
We're having battery issues right now, sadly.
Yeah,
Heck.
that's probably why. Okay, so charge your phone. We'll get you back
Or
out
reason
there
to.
in a moment.
Yeah, I'm charging at the moment. We should be able to get back out there in a few minutes. Maybe even with an extension cord, hopefully.
Yeah, it is still. It is really coming down out there right now. The winds are ridiculous. I mean, I haven't seen. This is basically a blizzard, and once this passes, we got a little bit more isolated snow showers before we can call it a day. Before Winter Storm Uri has officially and finally passed through. We're going to go ahead and take a look at snow that is still to come with Winter Storm Uri for Tulsa. So if you're in Tulsa right now, snow that is still... snow still to come right now.
But Cameron, what if I brought up all three of those at the same
Still
time?
3.1 inches. Hold on, wait. Let me just refresh this really quick just to make sure that this is still what we're getting. Okay, so based on the models, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 3 inches. 2 to 3.1 inches are still forecast for us here in this area. Okay, Fawcett will be back at around 11:45, and then we will continue with his live coverage out in the field. So 2 to 3 inches of snow still remain for Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are almost out of this. You just got to get through it just a little bit longer. 2 to 3 inches, that's going to be a total of 11 inches. All right, can you imagine that?
Now that's a lot.
That is a lot of snow. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to actually we're going to look here really quick. All right. So this is for Tulsa, Oklahoma. Snowfall. This is as of 10:06 p.m. Additional snowfall amounts 2 to 3 inches still left to come. IOD. This is still wind chill warnings and winter storm warnings. Additional 3 to 6 inches are expected. Wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour will create dangerously cold wind chills as low as 25 degrees. Blowing and drifting snow and reduced visibilities will make travel extremely hazardous and, if not, impossible. We actually had first-hand experience with that with Andrew Fawcett out there live.
They say, oh God, we're gonna die.
Inappropriate passing. All right, moving on to Monday night. Moving on to Monday night tomorrow. All right. So it appears that
What have I done?
2 inches of snow for Tulsa here.
Oh,
and then
Cameron's power nearly went off.
Sorry, huh?
Oh,
Someone's
Cameron's
power?
Cameron's power nearly went off.
Alright, I'm back out here right now.
All right, guys, we're gonna need to wrap up in about 15 minutes.
With
We're doing what?
the snow, by the way.
All right. So this is gonna be our last live shot of the night, and then we'll be back live tomorrow. All right, we're gonna be like,
What are we doing?
This is the last live shot of the night, guys. All right. So everyone, all right. Do you have any final words out there, Fawcett?
So I had to sacrifice the lights, or the extension cord for my phone, but it does appear to be calming down a bit at the moment. The lighting isn't as good, so I can't see it as well, but those wind gusts have died down, thankfully. But we are still seeing a relatively steady snowfall right now, and it does appear as if accumulation is going to continue for a bit.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments from any of our team members before we are going to end the coverage?
No, sir.
None? All right. Well, then in this case, I would like to thank all of y'all for joining us with this extended live coverage from Winter Storm Center here in Pure Weather Headquarters. Make sure you like and subscribe, and there is now 7 dislikes on this video, by the way, just going to let you know. Power outages are still expected. Make sure that you know what to do in case of a power outage, and just be safe out there, y'all. That's all I gotta say. We'll be back live on Tuesday with Winter Storm Viola. Thank you so much for watching this, and we will see you later. Stay safe.